You know what wasn't obvious to predict? Who the Houston Texans' next offensive coordinator was going to be. Is that a segue?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we jump into it, this episode is brought to you and powered by BetUS. They're giving you a 150% sign up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. On your second and third deposit, it's 125% promo bonus. Promo code YouTube150 gets that for you. Quick 24-hour payouts, 24-hour customer service, BetUS, where the game begins. Harley, the Super Bowl is this Sunday. How are you feeling?
It's a bittersweet moment because it's the end of the football season.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's also the start of the 2025 season.
Uh,
So in the off season, so it's always fun to delve into each way. But yeah, man, I'm excited about the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a very good game, actually, very
who,
good game.
who you got?
Eagles, man, obviously. It's obviously going to be the Eagles because why in the absolute hell would I want the Kansas City Chiefs to win?
Kansas City Chiefs are currently just 1 point favorites, Harley.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, I think that's a good spread, honestly, because both teams are very, very good.
Uh, So we're going to Philadelphia Eagles. How much money should we risk, man?
Hmm. How much you willing to lose?
I'm winning to lose all of it.
Because we,
I'm winning to
you,
go
you know,
home.
at the end of the day, because you bet in the Eagles, the NFL, they want you to bet Eagles.
Let's do it.
You know,
I'm feeling real nicey.
I may feeling nice.
1,000 to
Oh,
win $952. Let's go ahead and lock that in on the Eagles +1. Confirm it. Bet US. If I don't have rent for next week, you guys know why, and I'm gonna have to stay on some of y'all's couches for a couple of days.
it is what it is.
Shout out to Bet US, man.
Big time.
Breaking news, Harley. The Houston Texans will have a new offensive coordinator, and his name is Nick Caley, and he comes from the Los Angeles Rams, where he was a tight ends coach and pass game coordinator this season. Harley, your first reaction to the noise?
I was pretty excited. It got me hyped, and actually, it got me very hyped because I was like, oh, interesting. The Texans actually made a move for offense coordinator. The search is over. Like, nah, I thought we were gonna let this bleed out for a little bit
Right.
longer. I really did, considering some of the sources around were saying that external candidates could go on to a round two of interviews. So yeah, man, it is what it is. The Texans have hired Nick Caley, former tight end coach, positional coach. Never has called plays before,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty confident in what Nick Caley has learned around his time in the NFL, specifically during Sean McVay's little stint there. That he was about 2 or 3 years there. That maybe he can grab some of that offensive concepts. You're talking about layered offenses and a viable, strong run game, and a guy that is a tight ends coach that knows offensive line protection sets. There's a lot of positives to grab here with Nick Caley. I'm excited to see what the Texans are going to be doing this offseason to supplement some moves to help this offense as well with him strong heading as OC.
And there were a lot of signs pointing towards Nick Caley. One of them, the obvious connection of John Carroll. Him and Nick Casario share the same alma mater. We saw John Carroll. He got hired on the Houston. Frank Ross went to John Carroll. Is currently the Houston Texans special team coordinator. So Nick Caley follows history and becomes the Houston Texans coach and shares that connection. This is weird. This is cool.
Say it again. You kind of broke up a little there.
Just that that John Carroll, you said
Uh, yeah, that makes pretty much sense, right? I mean, the Patriots have done that for a while, considering with Nick Casario that, hey, here you go. You from John Carroll University? Boom, here you go. All righty, no problem. So yeah, everyone's been getting a job with Nick Casario as a John Carroll grad. Hey, graduate, whatever. You want the job, I'll give it to you. Nick Caley is somebody that definitely uh, John Carroll grad is the OC. There's the connection of Caley and Casario right there. There's some other guys. There's another guy that's on this Rams staff that is Ruben okay. There's another guy on this Rams staff that also has a John Carroll University graduate. I want to say, and before I say it, here we go. Ruben's gone. Oh no. Anyway, oh, there he goes. Is he back?
What's up, buddy? Yeah, I'm back.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't know
okay,
what's
okay.
going on with these.
Yeah, the last week it's been pretty weird.
Yeah,
Get off
trying
that
to get
McDonald's
it
stuff,
situated.
man.
I do apologize.
What's his name? I think his name is Jerry Shuplinski, I believe is his name.
Mm.
Yeah, so Jerry Shuplinski is a guy that's currently with the Rams. He's a senior offensive assistant. He's worked with the New England Patriots before. Where else? He's also from Ohio as well. Let me take a look at this. Nick Caley, I believe, is also a guy that's from Ohio. Take a look. I am doing this on the fly right now. But Jerry Shuplinski was somebody that just caught my attention right away because he's a John Carroll graduate. And yeah, there we go. So Nick Caley is from Canton, Ohio. You have Jerry Shuplinski is from Garfield Fields, Ohio. Both guys are from Ohio right there. So, and then Shuplinski was a John Carroll graduate in 2000. So very interesting there. Very interesting to see that he went to John Carroll, that he worked for the New England Patriots, and he found his way with Sean McVay in the Los Angeles Rams in 2024 as an offensive assistant. So I'm pretty interested to see, whether or not he comes with Nick Caley. I don't know what he knows, but considering his experience, he was a quarterbacks coach with the New England Patriots. He was an assistant quarterbacks coach, excuse me. He was a QB coach with the New York Giants. Like, he was a senior offensive assistant coach. He was tight ends coach for the Raiders last year. So, yeah, he's got some experience. Pretty interesting to see what happens there.
Man, I'm trying to figure this shit out. It looks like we got it better. But
all righty.
Hopefully I look up here on the TV and I get to see that I look better. I do apologize, Harley. It's just very unprofessional of me.
It's all good.
But regardless, big news today. Houston Texans hire Nick Caley. I am intrigued though, Harley, because when I look at the Los Angeles Rams, I see a dynamic offense. I see at any given moment, one of the different receivers can go off. Cooper Kupp, Tutu Atwell, Puka Nacua. Then you add in the running game. And the running game is what I am also excited for because the Rams know how to run the football. What about this Los Angeles Rams offense should we be excited about here in Houston?
Be very excited. I mean, you're considering anytime you talk about successful offenses in the NFL, you immediately want them to come from the Sean McVay coaching tree. Like, that's what immediately you want them to come from, because Sean McVay has had lots of success, and his people, his branches from stemming from his tree have had success as well in the NFL. So yeah, you definitely want anybody that has Sean McVay on their resume at some point. You definitely want that offensive concept here anywhere across any other 31 other NFL teams. Like, he's just one of those guys that knows how to get it going. So, you're hoping that Nick Caley and his time during the LA Rams, he really was a sponge and according to a lot of quotes, they said he's a great guy, uh, a really good coach, very understanding, so we'll see what happens. But there's a lot of potential here, man. There is.
Mm.
And the Houston Texans, arguably, you can say arguably that they hired the best offensive coordinator candidate on the market. That's what you can say right now. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited about what he can bring to Houston.
When do you think his press conference is going to be? Tomorrow? Wednesday?
I guess. No clue. You froze on.
Coach, I kind of agree with you because in Hamden we were, looking at Chip Kelly, right? But we had our eyes on Chip Kelly for about a whole week.
Yeah.
The last few days, we were kind of narrowing our search down to Nick and saying this is who we might think is going to be the offensive coordinator. There was a podcast clip out there that said, when you talk to Nick Caley, it sounds like you just left a conversation with Sean McVay.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking up on this stream, dude.
I mean, I can hear you perfectly. For some reason, the video wise, it's just the visual is just not. I mean, it's in and out.
What have you hosted and I hop on yours, man?
Sure, I don't mind.
All right, let's try that. This is ridiculous. All right, boys.
No, all right. We'll end it and we'll help on over.
Oh my god.
We'll be back live in just a few minutes.
We're not swarming, guys.
And now, obviously, your visual's working perfectly now.
Really?
Yeah, it's working perfect right now.
I don't know how I was able to work for Bleacher Report.
I don't know. It wasn't this bad.
No. But, all right, yeah, we'll end it in